Good morning. Today we're talking about NFL Drumlines. I'm going to be reviewing every single one of them, and we're going to find out who has the best drumline in the NFL. The goal of this video is to get 5,000 likes, and if we hit that, then I will transcribe and play
Stroking the Head.
this solo. Well, we didn't get enough likes on that one, but I'll give you guys a second chance. If this video gets 5,000 likes, I will transcribe and perform Stroking the Head. So make sure you click that like button. Quick disclaimer, the point of this video is not to discourage someone from auditioning for one of these lines. I actually recommend trying out for any single one of these lines. They're all really good and entertaining, and all the performers look like they're having a really good time. I will even go as far as to list all 32 NFL teams in the description and leave the link on how you can audition for their drumline, if that information is available. NFL drumlines. This is something that became really popular in just the past 15 years. And as of the 2019-2020 season, there are only 6 teams in the NFL that did not have a drumline. And of these 6 teams, only one of them has never had a drumline, and that is the Los Angeles Rams. And these 5 teams here, they all had drumlines for 1 or more seasons, and for whatever reason, the team did not want them back. And I was actually on the New York Jets drumline for the 2 years that they existed. And it was pretty surprising when we were told that they wouldn't be having it again the next year, because the fans really loved us. Look at this. This is freaking awesome. Look how cool we are. And we were told that it was not our fault at all, as the performers. There was just some kind of change in staff and the entertainment, and they wanted to take a different direction or some bullcrap like that. Which totally sucked for me and everybody else, because that's 8 gigs we're missing out on in the season. More than that if they made the playoffs, but come on, it's the New York Jets, they're not making the playoffs, let's get real here. Okay, let's get on to the rankings. So, the way I made up these rankings are based on, number 1, is how clean your drumline is, how well they play together, because that is the most important. Number 2 will be how exciting and visually interesting your drumline is, because you gotta know your audience, right? You're playing for a bunch of crazy sports fans, you're trying to rile them up and get them pumped for the game. And the third thing is how much content you have out there on the internet for people like me to watch. So there are actually 4 of these NFL groups that have a full band, not just a drumline, they have either a jam band or pep band or a full marching band. So I divided this whole contest into 2 categories, 1 for just drumline only and 2 for full band. So the first one we're gonna do is the full band category. Number 4, the Houston Texans Deep Steel Thunder. Deep Steel Thunder consists of Houston's finest sports-minded instrumentalists, and they perform at every Houston Texans home game and at Texans events citywide. Number 3, the Denver Broncos Stampede. So the Stampede drumline was actually founded in 2003, and they added brass to it in 2009. You can find the Stampede at every single Broncos home game, in the parking lots, as well as on the field performing with the cheerleaders. This is pretty lit, look at this. Number 2, the Washington Redskins Band. The Washington Redskins marching band has been around for more than 80 years. This is an all-volunteer ensemble which was formed in 1937. And yeah, this is a gigantic marching band. This is very difficult to coordinate all of these people, especially with minimal rehearsals. So fantastic job to them for being so successful over so many years. And number 1, the Baltimore Ravens Marching Band. Now, some of you might already know this, but I did teach the Baltimore Ravens marching band last year in the 2019 season, but this is an unbiased opinion. So the Ravens band dates all the way back to 1947 when they were the Baltimore Colts band, and they have stayed true to the city ever since then, even when the football team moved out of Baltimore. The Ravens band is highly integrated into the NFL games, playing at every single home game. They play out and around the stadium before and after the games. They play halftime shows and pregame shows, as well as in the off-season, taking part in various local events. And yeah, this is a huge marching band, so there's a lot of logistics and training that just goes into getting the show out there, and they do multiple shows per year. The Baltimore Ravens band deserves the title of the best band in the NFL. And moving on to the drumline category. Number 22, the Atlanta Falcons drumline. So this drumline is actually the Martin Luther King Jr. High School drumline. And don't get me wrong, I'm not putting them down here because I think they're bad. Like, none of these drumlines on this list are bad. Like, everybody is very, very fun to watch and entertaining. I'm just overanalyzing the crap out of it because I have nothing better to do. And these high school students here, it looks like they're having a really good time. They're enjoying themselves. They're playing their cadences with some choreography. It's very cool and very entertaining. But most of these other drumlines consist of professional musicians with years of experience who went through an audition process to earn the spot. Whereas the Atlanta Falcons just decided to have the best high school drumline in the area be their drumline. Which is weird because the Falcons had a professional drumline from 2008 to 2016. And for whatever reason, in 2017 they decided to have high school students take the jobs of these professional musicians.
They took our jobs!
Number 21, the Indianapolis Colts drumline. So some of these drumlines have little to no material out there for the public to view, and the Indianapolis Colts drumline is one of them. Like, this is the only video I was able to find of these guys, is this one, where it was filmed from like the back corner of the performance area, which is a terrible listening environment, but I couldn't find anything else, so this is what I'm going off of. And honestly, this drumline should probably be higher on the list, but I can't put them any higher because there's no videos for me to watch, so I can't make a fair judgment to put them higher. Also, when I search for the Indianapolis Colts drumline, all these videos of the Colts Drum and Bugle Corps drumline come up, so maybe there are some out there, but they're just getting lost in the sauce. But anyways, the Colts drumline is through BD Entertainment as of 2017, and honestly, based on how little I could find on them, I thought they didn't exist anymore, but according to the Pro Sports Music Association's Facebook page, they do have a drumline still. Like, they gave the Colts members spots in the All-Pro drumlines, so they did have a drumline in 2019, even though there are no videos to show for it. Number 20, the Carolina Panthers percussion. The Carolina Panthers percussion performs all around the stadium throughout every single home game as well as around the community. And while they are definitely very exciting and enthusiastic, and they have this really cool bass drum that is literally in every single NFL commercial, I'm scoring them a little bit low because a lot of the playing is a little bit dirty, right? And I'm not saying they're bad, like none of these drum lines are bad, as I stated, and honestly, your general audience member won't even be able to tell this, but like dirty to clean playing, like for those of you who don't know, like a drum line that is clean is basically when they're hitting the drums all perfectly at the same time, so it pretty much sounds like one really loud drummer. And I think as we go up the list, you'll be able to hear that clearer and clearer as we get cleaner and cleaner. Number 19, the Pittsburgh Steelers Steel Line. The Steel Line performs at every single Steelers home game as well as other Steelers team functions. They also can be seen at festivals, parades, and other events. and they are very exciting to watch and have some cool beats, but they are a little bit dirty. And yes, this is one of the biggest drum lines on the list, and it is definitely harder to make a bigger drum line cleaner than a smaller drum line. However, some of the drum lines that are towards the top of this list are also this big. And I really like some of these music video style performances they put out on YouTube. One of my favorite drumline videos that exists is this one right here. This is a really interesting and cool cover of Uptown Funk, and it's very, very well edited, and I'm sure it gets a lot of the fans really pumped up to watch this video. Number 18, the New Orleans Saints Fat City Drum Corps. So the Fat City Drum Corps was originally founded in 2004 as a social organization for gigging drummers in New Orleans, and it wasn't until 2012 where they were asked to perform for the New Orleans Saints. So that's pretty cool that they actually got recruited by the team. So this line is choosing to go with a more like traditional show style sound. As you can tell from the snares, they're using mylar heads and they're tuned super wet and get that big beefy fat sound, which kind of makes sense for the Fat City Drum Corps. Number 17, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Drumline. So this was another line that I could only find one video of on the entire internet, and it was this one. And they sound pretty good, to be honest, and I think they should be a little bit higher on the list, but I can't give them any higher because there's only one video. And there's also like zero information about them anywhere. Like Google search should be able to tell me like when an audition is or who's in the line, but I can't find anything. So, I don't know. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you gotta, make your drum line more available to the public. Number 16, the Arizona Cardinals Drumline. And this was once again another drumline that has no information anywhere about them. And I could only find like 4 or 5 videos on YouTube of these guys. And honestly, of these videos, they sound pretty good, but I can't score them higher because there's not enough material out there. Number 15, the Buffalo Bills Stampede. The Stampede is run through downbeat percussion, and there are quite a lot of videos of these guys, but a lot of them were overdubbed with like random music and had no sound of the actual drumline playing, which is not what I was looking for when I was researching these lines. And on Downbeat's Facebook page there are quite a few videos, but I don't know if like some of them are the Buffalo Bills drumline or just some other drumline. Like it's hard to tell the difference, so there wasn't really much material I could go off of with these guys, and once again I thought they could have probably been higher if there was just more videos of them that I could sample. Number 14, the Seattle Seahawks Blue Thunder. Blue Thunder has been around since 2004 and performs all throughout the stadium on home games as well as for different performances in the community. They're also featured on stage at games with some celebrities. Number 13, the Kansas City Chiefs Rumble. The Chiefs Rumble plays at every single home game as well as for performances in the community. This drumline initially started just playing in the parking lots before and after games, but the team has gradually started incorporating them more and more into the game day experience. And I actually really like how the Chiefs stage their drumline in the bottom of this spiral staircase for their halftime performance. Like most drumlines, they'll just do their show like on the field, but Let's be honest, during halftime, like, most of the audience is, like, not paying attention, or they went to the bathroom or to get a hot dog. So by putting them here, you know, the fans that really want to see them, they can get, like, this up close and personal experience with them, and I think that's pretty cool. And this drumline also helped their team win their way to a Super Bowl victory this year. Fun fact, the Chiefs also won the Super Bowl in 1969. Yep. But speaking of 69, when this channel gets 69,420 subscribers, I will be writing a very special cadence out of 6lets, 9lets, and 69thlets, so make sure that you click that subscribe button. Number 12, the Detroit Lions Honolulu Boom. The Lions drumline creates an energetic and exciting atmosphere for its fans, as well as act as role models to inspire youth within the community. Number 11, the Chicago Bears drumline. The Chicago Bears drumline started in 2005 and was run through the Cavaliers Drum and Bugle Corps, and they were made to create some booty-shaking beats to get Bears fans ready to cheer on their team. I'm just reading off the website, guys, not my words, that's their words. The Bears drumline performs at every single home game as well as corporate and private functions regularly throughout the community. Number 10, the Green Bay Packers Tundra Line. The Tundra Line started in 2007 and was originally composed of just 15 members, but has grown quite substantially since then. This line performs at every single home game as well as throughout the community. Number 9, the Dallas Cowboys Rhythm and Blue Drumline. The Cowboys Rhythm and Blues started in 2009 and is a two-part entertainment entity consisting of a co-ed hip-hop dance team and, of course, the drumline. And this drumline has a whole lot of just choreography and drill for just about every single thing they play. It's very, very visually entertaining. They're basically doing like a mini WGI show out there. It's a whole lot of stuff, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that they are the best visually out of all of these drumlines. However, they're a little bit too dirty to get them higher up on the list. However, their fans are clearly very entertained and really enjoy this performance, and that's what really matters. Number 8, the Cleveland Browns Drumline. The Browns drumline is run through the Blue Coats Drum and Bugle Corps, and I very much enjoy how these guys play along to all sorts of tracks throughout their performance. Like, that makes it very, very interesting, and I'm sure very appealing to the general audience. Number 7, the New York Giants G-Line. Yes, I was in this drumline for 5 years, but I'm trying to be unbiased here, and I do think there are a few drumlines that played cleaner than we did. However, I do think a lot of these lines practiced a lot more than we did at the Giants. Honestly, the Giants line, we met maybe once or twice before the season to have rehearsal, and that was it. Like, when the season started, we would just show up and do the gig. And that was really, really awesome, actually. It was a very, very professional group of musicians that we were working with. Like, not every line would be able to do that, but we were able to pull it off. And for being a top 10 drum line without rehearsing, like, that's pretty good, you gotta admit. Number 6. The Los Angeles Chargers Thunderbolt Drumline. The Thunderbolt Drumline is run through Seidel Entertainment. They first started up with the Chargers in 2017 to keep fans pumped up with one of the largest drumlines in the NFL. Yes, they are quite a large drumline, and they do play pretty well together. Number 5. The Jacksonville Jaguars D-Line. The D-Line has been around supporting the Jaguars since 2004. You can find them pumping up the crowds at tailgate parties, special events, and all home games. Number 4. The San Francisco 49ers Niner Noise. The Niner Noise drumline is an essential part of the San Francisco 49ers game day experience, performing at tailgating for the crowds as well as during the halftime show. And this drumline plays some really cool cadences with really hard parts. Like this tenor line, like holy crap, they got like really difficult tenor parts and they play really well. I'm gonna go ahead and say that they have the best tenor line out of all of the NFL drumlines. Number 3. The Tennessee Titans Blue Crew Drumline. The Blue Crew Drumline is run through EMCProductions and has been with the team since the 2016 season. And this drumline is full of energy, very exciting for the fans, and they don't let the overhype affect the playing. And that's what really separated these top 5 groups. There is so much hype in the NFL drumline setting that sometimes you'll just like schlock out and play dirty, but these top 5, they really don't do that. And you can see here the Titans, they are very, very exciting and still play quite cleanly. Number 2. The Philadelphia Eagles Drumline. The Eagles drumline performs at every single home game as well as for many events throughout the community. This drumline comes off as very refined and well rehearsed, and I really enjoy how they show off their bass drumline. They just stage them right in the front all the time. And yes, I've been an Eagles fan my entire life. However, this is an unbiased opinion, and that is not why I put them at number 2. Because I could have totally just put them at number 1, and most of you wouldn't know any better. But I didn't, because I do think there is one drumline that is just a little bit better than the Eagles. And that is, of course, the number 1 best drumline in the NFL, the Minnesota Vikings Skull Line. Skull Line was created in 2008 to provide game day entertainment for all Vikings home games and events. And this drumline clearly has very experienced performers, they play very cleanly together, and it is apparent to me that they have a high level of training and are well rehearsed. And that is what really sets them above all of the other drumlines. And in addition to that, they are very integrated into the game. Just look at this like intro sequence they have at every single game. Okay, so that is all of the NFL drumlines and bands, but do you agree with my list? Please compose a comment and let me know. And also let me know if you have further insight on some of these groups, because like I said, there was not much information available for some of these teams, and I feel like a few of the lines that placed near the bottom should have maybe been near the top. So I would love to hear from some of you guys who may have been in the drumline or involved with the program in any way, to provide any further details that I may have missed. And also don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that Liberty Bell and click that like button. Thank you so much for watching this video, and have a good morning.